Hey guys, and welcome. Welcome to the SIS Technical Support Team headquarters here at the base of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Hope everybody's having a great day. I still love Josh and that rip. Man, welcome. All right, so this is our bi-weekly SIS, in layman's terms, call-in. So if you're interested in joining us, the number is area code 865-310-4880. And I've got it up here on the other side. So if you ever have a question, you can actually put it into the chat window and it'll pop up over here to my right. And I'm happy to answer any question about the program. I will be happy to show anything that you want to see in the program, what it does. Talk about more of the esoteric type stuff that the SIS, it's like, hey, which is better, the barcode scanner or a phone app or what else? I mean, what are some other ways we can do it? Let's talk about integration. Let's talk about the CCC integration and then other integrations that you'd like to see. So I'm really just kind of making this to be your call-in show for you. So again, the number is area code 865-310-4880. And let's just dive into what I'm going to go ahead and start talking about. So this morning I had a call. A lady was needing some product. So apparently the rep had stopped coming by, or it was in turnover territory, or something happened that the rep was not stopping into this account. So she wanted to go ahead and use her SIS to where she can order product. So I'm going to transition my screen. There it is. So we're going to show off a little bit of this purchase order function. And so I'm in here with my friends over at Joe Newbert Collision. There we go. And here is their account. And one of the things we're going to see is inventory management, purchase orders. And what I like doing is, I'm going to use my phone here. Log into my app. There's two ways, there's multiple ways of doing it. You can use the phone app to create a purchase order. You can manually create a purchase order, or you can use the Bluetooth barcode scanner and create a purchase order. I don't have the barcode scanner set up at the moment. I can if you want to see it, but you're going to have to let me know. And so we're going to create Joe Newbert Collision. We're going to create a purchase order plus, and the purchase order is going to be 0816 because I like using the date, and that's just me. If you want to do something else with a name or a number or whatever, or if you have a numbering system that you like using, great, go for it. So I've got this new and improved clipbook here. Turn on my camera. Took a picture of it. And so that's what it looks like. And I'm going to put quantity 1. I know that's not correct. But as soon as I click submit, it's going to tell me that this particular product comes in quantities of 25. Now, if you're using the barcode scanner, the Bluetooth barcode scanner, you can put in quantity 1 and it'll automatically bump you up to the minimum quantity. But the app is a little more persnickety, and it wants to know exactly how many you want in multiples of 25. So I'm going to submit that. So now, come back over to my SIS. I'm just going to simply refresh my page. And here is the purchase order I just created. I'm going to click the action button. This is the edit. And here's my 25 Honda retainers. I can come in here and I can change the quantity. But if I've got everything that I need done, I can just click submit. Well, let's say we want to add something else here. I'm going to browse parts. and I'm going to add another Honda fastener on here. Click search. There it is. You click the check box here and then add to PO. Now this search is really handy. So I just took off the last 2 digits. Search again, and it's going to give me a range of clips. Make sure I didn't 55512. Yeah, okay. Didn't want to add the same clip twice. And I've got 4 more lines on there. Now it all says back ordered. Don't worry about it. If this is all I need, I can click save. It saves it. Come back in here. And if I'm ready to click submit, I will. Since this is an active account, I'm not going to, because it would actually send them these particular fasteners, and I don't want to do that to them. I have a mysterious order just show up in the shop, but that's how this thing works. And it is literally just click and go. Use the barcode scanner, or you can use the phone app, or with the new tablet version we've got coming, you can start using that as well. All right. I have way too much stuff on my desk. All right. So that's the purchase order function. This is a little feature that not everybody knows about that's there. And this is actually a very cool little thing that, it's not a little thing. It can be a big thing. When I was a rep, I actually had a customer that this is going back to like version 7 or 8. Got to find my mouse. So this is going back like to version 7 or 8, and they actually wanted to see a list of what I was ordering in a more typed out fashion instead of my chicken scratch on my pad. This, of course, is long before Speedy Touch and other software things we have now, but I used to use SIS almost every week when I was in that shop to give them a more accurate list of what I was ordering and in what quantities. So it made for a very nice tool for them. Of course, the SIS back then wasn't as connected as it is now. If I would have submitted it, it wouldn't have went anywhere. But then, that's, 15 years ago? But the new version is very integrated with our customer service department, and they are ready to start doing these. If you're interested in starting to use the purchase order function for your Worth clips, just let me know. There's a little checkbox that I have to click on the administrator screen. It's kind of like a safety. We don't want someone accidentally ordering product with their SIS if they're not wanting to be on it. It's called customer managed inventory. And what's cool about the managed inventory is that now that my clips and fasteners are here, let's say the box came in and everything was exactly the way it's supposed to, I can, with one click over here to my right, I can receive all without submitting. So I don't have to submit it. I could just print it off and hand it to my sales rep. Now all of those items have now been added to inventory. So if you're keeping track of inventory, that's a real neat way of getting it in there. It's not the most accurate way. These are small parts. The inventory counts get off very easily. And it is always my recommendation to do something what's called a running inventory. And that's when you're putting the parts away, you put the Bluetooth barcode scanner into inventory mode. And the best time to count something like that is when it's low. So when you're putting the product away, if it's like, okay, I've got a box of 50 pop rivets here, and I look in the hole and I've got 5, my new total's 55, and then dump the box in. And that any given time, my inventory is going to be pretty darn close, albeit some clips and fasteners you probably don't use all that often. And if you're not using them all that often, then we really don't worry about counting them so much. But anyway, that's the purchase order function in a nutshell. All right. So one of the other things that came up this last week is this is something that befuddles me, is that this is one of the coolest things that this program could do, and it's called scheduled reports. Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to do a scheduled report, or a report that tells me what kind of parts usage I'm doing for a particular time frame. Now, I'm going to create a parts usage report, and I want to show a weekly report. Sorry, my keyboard's way over here. So if I was to schedule this report, I would get a parts usage report, but other ones that are available is the technician report and the last logon report. Of course, it helps to show my screen. Boy, I'm guilty of that, aren't I? So anyway, what I've done is I've gone to scheduled reports, and I've added my email address to this down here where I'd actually put in my email address. I can select different reports. The technician report is going to give me who's been using the scanner, or who's attached to particular jobs. And the last logon report shows me who's logged in and when they've logged out. So the parts usage report is probably the best one out of the three, because it really kind of gives you a snapshot of what your profitability is for that particular time period. And you can do, I don't recommend daily. Daily is just a little too much information. It's information overload right there at the beginning. But you can do monthly and quarterly. And I did learn something this week, is that today's Monday, and if I do the weekly report, I will get the report every Monday. If I do the report for a monthly, then I'm going to get it basically the middle of the month, the 16th of every month is when I'm going to get the monthly. So be very mindful of that when you're setting it up, because you may want to set it up where it's going to show up on Mondays, or show up on Fridays, or particular days of the week, or particular days of the month that you're wanting it to come in. But anyway, that's the parts usage and the scheduled reports feature. This is something that, as a former rep myself, I would have loved to have been able to kind of help my customers be a little more proactive in making sure that the program was working, and not be surprised. So it's like, oh no, the scanner had stopped working 3 months ago. Well, I would have liked to have known that 3 months ago, and I could have done, and it's like, oh, the battery died in the gun. Okay, well, why didn't somebody tell me? And it's kind of hard to do that when you don't have the information to be able to make some rectify the situation before it becomes a situation. So that's the scheduled reports. And then if you wanted just to run the reports, that's up here. There's some additional reports up here, the inventory summary, inventory reports, parts usage, etc. All right. Okay, so we're 15 minutes in, and the folks that wanted to schedule calls didn't call. So okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here a little bit early today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming in and watching it after the fact. This is I do these videos for you guys. I want to be able to make this useful so that you have the tools that you need to talk about this program and not be afraid of it, because that's so often is that some people are like, oh, it's computers, I don't want to talk about it. Or I don't understand it, or I don't have a customer that uses it. Well, if you don't have a customer that uses it, and you're not willing to talk about it unless you do have a customer that uses it, you're kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. So this program is really nothing to be afraid of. It is a simple program to get started. It's a simple program to get set up. It's a simple program to just get going on it and start turning the losses of the nuts, bolts, clips, and fasteners that historically body shops give away, and start turning it into a profit center for the shop that's trying to use it. One of these days I'm going to get a fancy switcher. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, 15 after, and I hope everybody has a great week. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to answer some questions and go from there. Appreciate you taking the time, and have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Be well.